Hello and welcome to the Money Charts channel. Today's date is in that of Wednesday, the 14th day of November 2018. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. All bets, trades, and of the like. Well, that's within your own risk, own reward. And I haven't been around for a few days. Well, I've been around. That is the internet on Sunday morning. Happened to have a wire break, and it unfortunately took several days until today or hours ago for me to get my cable internet back and running. And throughout that time, I have limited data amongst my phone, so I've been just checking here and there, and I'm not surprised that today's session has had a significant break and at levels not seen in quite some time, in that of the price of Bitcoin. Looking at it through everything else, it's pretty much down across the board as far as its comparison against. Interesting. Bitfinex is at 57.90. Not down quite as much. So that means that it's well, that's normal. Yeah, that's normal. A few days without internet really does play around with you. 350 differential, so that works out to about 6-7%. So obviously this one is having some problems amongst the tether. I'm only going to presume that we're going to see a similar thing amongst the TUSD and the USDT exchange. I'm going to take a look at that next. 1059. So yeah, it's definitely showing the similar thing that's been going on for the last couple of days, as if I've been noticing, because I haven't. I seen this morning right around 6100 or six, around that price. That okay, well that's a definite. I'm going to be having some buy orders being filled, I'm thinking, and again, to see that the market is down this amount. Well, it broke a key level, and like I've been stating, that when that happens, and before we get into a break, it's going to have a decent sized move, is what I'm going to say. I just figured I was going to forget that. That's why I said that part now. But the losers amongst today, Litecoin is down 14%, down to 42. We got all of these crosses down big against Bitcoin and against Binance Coin, showing that in situations like this, like Vericoin is down an additional 10% pretty much from what the amount that Bitcoin is down. And as far as the gainers are concerned, well, the TUSDs are going to be doing better, obviously. The some other coins like Ontology, it's up 4%. And then we got Binance Coin, barely doing better, but not losing anywhere near as much. Same thing with Dash against the dollar, not losing anywhere near as much. Okay, so that's the rest of the markets. Again, I've made a few of my orders go through, probably about 60% of them. I've have several dozen orders that I've already had to manage, and I got another 25 more. Then, so I'm just taking a break from that now. So with price action, it has obviously went past any of these key levels. Noticeable break below that key support that is held every time up until, of course, now. So therefore, one of two things, really. One, that 3,000 number is today's indication or statement for where it's going to be going to, how long it takes. It could be today, tomorrow, next week. It could be a few months from now in a bear market. Or one of the things I've been thinking too in the break of this is the next key move going to be first introduced by a fake move in the opposite direction. If that's the case, then this would be an up move coming up, and then for this, you need to see this thing get back to its congestion area. So it's got to get back into 6,400 pretty quick in the next few days, by the end of the weekend, for it to be, and that all depends on when the bottom is too, so I can't say that for sure. But I'm just basically saying that if it's a failed breakdown, and it could go even down to like 5,000, 49, 48 from my previous calculations, that if it does go down towards there, and it quickly comes back into this congestion area, even at 6180, then that would be the signs I'd be looking for that play on the failed breakdown. But as it is now, as we can see on the single hour time frame, this thing started falling at like 9 o'clock. So yeah, I was seeing, I checked my phone during this Pullman in here, and obviously on the final break of this, so all this 6,000 area, I mean, none of it seemed, it went straight down all the way to like 55, making a statement at 11:15 a.m. time. And since then, of course, it's continued to accelerate its move towards the downside. And whilst I'm checking, I might as well see how gold, silver, and the Dow is doing, because I have no idea for the week how they are doing. The Dow's at 25,000, which on the daily chart is just a correctionary move back to support. And I'll see gold there, but I'm just going to check silver instead. 14.14, so it went down a bit. Yeah, and it's back up a bit too. So it's went to levels not seen in a while. And let's go back to Bitcoin again. So this move that's going to be taking place here, it's, to me, either that of the next significant move to 3,000, which means there's still an additional 2,400 basis points to go. And when I say 3,000, that's just me making the best calculated guess that I can make. And really, the only way that number is of any importance really at all is for those whom are looked to place orders at that level, or any other type of contest related game variable based on Bitcoin price action. That has, of course, as an important part. And when we look at this from the more long-term time frame, because of the lows of around 150 and the highs of around 20,000, that's roughly where a 38.2% Fibonacci move is at. Well, it's like 3,100, 3,200 area, and it usually goes a little bit more. The 23.6 down move was about 6,300 and change, where it has been settling in for the last little while, and where support has been, up until now, very, very good. I mean, notwithstanding, there's still the key level for where it came from, which is 1,300. And the next Fibonacci level below that is a small pierce below that. It's at about 1,000. That's a 61.8% Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high. And I'll talk more about that on an event of price action breaking well below 5,000. If it holds and stays below this area for a good amount of time, then I would definitely be a little eerie that the 6,100 mark would be an area of resistance, and that in time, and it could be one of those 2, 3, 4 bear market runs, it would eventually make it down to that of 3,000 and then make whatever significant lows. Maybe here it'll make it at like 5,100. And then several days later, it'll go to 46. And then a week and a half or 2 weeks later, it goes down to, say, 37. And then maybe 2.5 weeks later, it goes down to 3. And the Fibonacci has worked well in the past. So I'll be interested moving forward to see how well this will do. But most likely, what's going to happen is, regardless of where we bottom, whether it be now or whether it be down to 3,000 area, key resistance is going to come in at around 6,100 and change. Or another way of saying that there's a decent probability that it will come back to that level even now, or even if it goes down another 1,400 points as an example. All right then. So thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.